PlayStation Network end of the year sale is finally here, and it is massive. There are so many deals. In today's video, guys, I'm gonna go over games from $5 all the way up to $20 that you should consider picking up. Let's get started. What is going on, guys? Jim here in the video today, and yes, guys, we're going to talk about the PlayStation Network sale that ends on December 22nd. You see on the screen here. This is a huge sale. This sale is much better than the Black Friday 2022 sale. This one's massive. Before we get started today's video, guys, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button, like this video, comment down below what games you're picking up on this PSN store sale. Also, hit that notification bell so you do not miss any content like this or any other gaming videos. Also, guys, we are so close to 500 subscribers in this short amount of time. Thank you so much. This is all because of you guys, and I'm going to keep pumping these videos out with content. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Let's continue to grow, and let's get on with this video. We're going to start this list off with games that are under $5. Yes, these are going to be the cheapest and most inexpensive games we're going to talk about on this list today. We're going to go from $2 up to $5, and then we're going to continue to the next set of games and price range. But starting the list off, we're going to start with the infamous Murder Soul Suspect. Murder Soul Suspect is only $1.99. Yes, it's about the price of a Big Mac, or when it's on sale, obviously. But $1.99 for Murder Soul Suspect is a great deal. It's honestly a very good detective game. I'm not going to spoil too much about it because I definitely did beat this one, and it wasn't worth $60 back in the day, but I'll definitely give you this. It's worth $2 for sure. Next, we're going to go to $3 games, and this is Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse. If you are a fan of the Dragon Ball games, or just Dragon Ball Z in general, or the show, or the cards, whatever you collect with Dragon Ball, this is your game here. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1. I have a lot of friends who are into Dragon Ball, and they tell me all the time that Xenoverse games are their favorite. And this game, for $3, definitely worth picking up if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan. Up next, we have Need for Speed Payback. Now, I know this game was free on the PlayStation Network about a month or two ago, or maybe it was a little before that. But this game, this is the deluxe edition. So if you didn't pick up the actual game for free on the PlayStation Network when it was for PlayStation Plus, you'll see on the screen here what month it was. Definitely pick this one up because it does come with the deluxe edition, and it's only $3. You're not going to beat this. Look at the price drop for that. Yes, pick up Need for Speed Payback. If you're looking forward to the new Need for Speed, this might be time to pick up this game if you haven't picked it up. Up next, we have Sniper Elite V2 Remastered for $3.49. Yeah, I know they're really going with this one, but not even at $4. The Sniper Elite series is one of the most underrated series I've played in a long time. I really enjoyed the third one. I really enjoyed the second one, and I have enjoyed the fourth one. I haven't played the fifth one. I actually picked it up, as you saw in the Black Friday video. Sniper Elite V2, this is actually the remastered port of it, and it's actually really good. And I remember I picked this up for like $35 on day one, or $40, and now it's $3.49. Yes, it could come to Plus someday, but for $4, if you want a Sniper Elite game to really let's see how that mechanic is with the sniping bullet and the bullet cam, it's amazing. Seriously, pick that one up. Up next, we have Metal Gear Solid 5, the Definitive Edition. Okay, this game was free. I knew Metal Gear Solid 5 was free back in 2000. You'll see the screen here. This is the definitive version that's literally with everything in it. I don't know, you'll see the screen what this comes with. $4, it's a must-have to pick this one up and to experience Metal Gear. Metal Gear is one of the most pulverizing franchises out there, so definitely pick that one up if you haven't played it yet. Up next, we have Dead Island Definitive Collection. Now, this is an interesting one. This one, finding it physical, it used to be hard. I was going to put the games individually on this list, but for $4.49, you're getting both games in that collection. Might as well. Dead Island 1 is a very hard game to go back to. I can understand when Dying Light is out, because Dying Light's a better version of Dead Island. But for Dead Island 1 and Dead Island Riptide to be an all-one package for $4.50 nearly, that's insane. That's like, I think it's time to get these games for this cheap before the next one comes out. The one that, got delayed freaking for a decade now. It's supposed to come out this year, and now it's coming out next year. It's supposed to come out back in 2012. This game is literally going to be on track for 2030 at this point. But I've seen the trailer at GameStop today. It actually looks really good. Hey guys, up next we have the Metro Redux Collection. This is the Metro Collection that comes before the Metro Exodus game that's on all consoles now. Metro Redux is the games that consist of Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. I'm sorry if it was 2037 or 2033 is one of them you see on the screen here. These two games are remasters from the PS3 and the 360. There's not the craziest difference in terms of graphics, obviously, because it's an early remaster, but for $4.50, you get these two Metro games, the ones that come right before the Exodus game. If you play Metro Exodus and you're looking for the games that come before it, this is your collection right here, the Metro Redux Collection. Definitely a great deal. Up next, we have Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. This is the Dragon's Dogma, again, another remaster port. This one is very well done. This game obviously doesn't have the best graphics, especially the original version of this, But for $4.80, what a weird price. This is a great deal. This is definitely similar to Dragon Age. I would say so, more in terms of Dragon Age than anything else. It's really cool. There's like a lion head with a snake tail. It's so unique. It's like mythological creatures like that. It gets really creative. It is definitely showing age compared to other games that are out now, but for $4.80, I remember picking this up on the store for like $12, and that was like maybe 6 months ago. This is definitely a good deal. Up next, we have another game for $4.50. We have Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. This is one of my favorite Grand Theft Auto clones out there. This game reminds me of True Crime Streets of LA, but much, much better. This game's polished. This game has great combat. This game has a great story. This game actually looks really well for an early remaster. Sleeping Dogs, in my opinion, is one of the best Grand Theft Auto clones there is, and the Definitive Edition does add a lot of cool stuff like DLC and a lot of costumes and all kinds of other stuff, and this game does not disappoint. I can remember the story from so many years ago. That's how good it is. So Sleeping Dogs is an excellent pickup for $4.50. Up next is a game I highly recommend, and this is one of my favorite series of all time, the Tomb Raider series. But the new Tomb Raider series, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, is only $5. This is honestly one of my favorite Tomb Raider games. It's really a great introduction to how Lara Croft got into the tomb raiding and how, I'm not going to get into the story because it's going to spoil it. It really shows the origin of Lara Croft and how she became the tomb raiding and how she became a complete badass in the other games. So yeah, this is a great game. Alright, so guys, we just talked about the $5 games. How about we talk about games that are under $10? These games are ranging from $10 all the way down to $6. This is going to be a very interesting one. Starting the list off, we have the Batman Arkham Knight Premium Edition. I am a huge Arkham fan. That's why I was very doubtful with Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights did have its moments, but it definitely did not live up to its hype as like the Arkham games. Arkham Knight has notorious for all those tanks and stuff like that. Feels like it's Twisted Metal or Call of Duty at that point. But let me tell you right now, once you get past all that stuff and if you're into Batman, all this DLC, I'm telling you, is probably the most DLC for its value. This is the incredible bang for its buck. This game right here has some of the best DLC, and it has a lot of story DLC, challenge map stuff. Definitely pick this up for $6. Up next, we have Dead Rising 1, Dead Rising 2, and Dead Rising 2 off the record for $6 each. For some reason, the collection bundle is not on sale, which is very odd, even if it's not even on sale at all. But these three games are, if you like mowing down zombies, taking a car, a chainsaw, maybe you can even like take a water balloon and throw it out. I don't know what you can do in this game more. It's just so many endless possibilities. Just like Borderlands had infinite guns and stuff in the game, this is like infinite ways to kill a zombie. It's insane. And so many ways to craft weapons. Pick these games up if you're into those kind of games. This is where the zombie stuff really started and took off. Up next, we have Dragon Age Inquisition Game of the Year Edition. This is one of those games, just like I was talking about Dragon's Dogma. This is Dragon Age. This is a more polished, like I said, version of Dragon's Dogma. This has a lot of DLC, a lot of story DLC, and it's probably one of my favorite Dragon Ages because I could not get into the first two. Maybe they need to remaster those a little better for its time, but this one nonetheless really feels like it's one of the better ones in my opinion. Up next, we have Rise of the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. This is the sequel to the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. And in my personal opinion, this is the best of the three, which we didn't talk about Shadow of the Tomb Raider yet, but this is definitely my favorite one. This one has the best puzzles, the best story. This one has, obviously, this game's amazing. I've platinumed this game. I love Rise of the Tomb Raider. Speaking of platinum, I platinumed Arkham Knight a long time ago. That's a very tricky one, trying to get to 100%. Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider is hands down one of the best games of that generation on console. Definitely picked that one up for $6, and it's got a hidden VR mode in Croft Manor, which is really cool. Up next, we have Need for Speed 2015 Deluxe Edition. Okay, if you're looking for your Need for Speed game that's like Midnight Club, obviously we're not talking about the new one, Rebounded. We're talking about the 2015 reboot that's online only for some stupid reason. But nonetheless, this is your Midnight Club game. If you want a Midnight Club game before the new one comes out for this cheap, this is definitely for you. You can definitely get this cheaper with the EA bundle thing that goes on sale, so keep that in mind. You see the screen here, that's always on sale. Up next, we have BioShock 1, BioShock 2, and BioShock Infinite, all definitive editions for $8 each. If you missed this on PlayStation Plus, this is one of the biggest things you can miss on the PlayStation Network or any kind of sale. These games are very, very fun. They're very, very unique, and like seriously, the stories in these games, especially Infinite, and especially how like the combat and the way you take enemies down, it's like the beginning of Dishonored before that happened. This is definitely like Dishonored in my opinion. If you want to play the BioShock games, it's your chance to pick all 3 of them up for $8 a piece, bringing it to $24 total. Up next, we have Detroit Become Human. This was definitely free. I remember this one being free, but if you missed it, Detroit Become Human feels like a Heavy Rain or Beyond Two Souls type of game with the choice making and how the game plays out with different endings and all kinds of stuff. Obviously, Detroit Become Human is definitely one of the most underrated games of that generation. Up next, we have Sniper Elite 3 Deluxe Edition. Now, if you are looking for another Sniper Elite game, just like the second one we talked about, that was like $4. This one is $10, but this comes with a ton of DLC, and it's just the one. It's the one right before the 5th one that just came out, so it's not that old actually, and it's a really good one. Seriously, if you like the Sniper Elite games, this one's for you. Up next, we have the Evil Within Digital Deluxe Edition bundle thing here for $10. This comes with Evil Within and I think a bunch of DLC. The Evil Within series is one of the most underrated series of that generation as well. Evil Within is by Bethesda. I think it's by Tango Works, I think it is, and they make some great games. I think they made the new one, which was Ghostwire Tokyo. That I need to play, though. Up next, this one's a really interesting one. We have the Ukulele Buddy Duo Bundle. So this one comes with Ukulele, Impossible Layer. I should have waited for this because I bought the other one when it was $6, and I didn't know Ukulele 1 was going to be this cheap, so there you go, guys. Pick this one up. This is definitely a great deal. 2 ukulele games. You like banjo? This is definitely what's inspired by, especially the first one. The second one feels more like a Donkey Kong side-scroller or Rayman Legends. Up next, we have Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered. Okay. This one is a game, actually a physical. This one is definitely a Black Flag type of game. This feels like Black Flag, one of the best Assassin's Creeds in my opinion. There's a lot of ships and stuff. I think it's the sequel to Black Flag, or maybe it's I don't know. It's one. I didn't play this one, so I definitely cannot wait to play this one for $10. If you want Rogue and it's remastered form, obviously not the best looking remaster, but it's still a great deal nonetheless. Up next, we have Dead Rising 4 Frank's Big Package. You know, the one where it's like a Christmas theme, feels like a Christmas time game for real. I just remember this over and over. I like mini golf. I remember him just saying it over and over again, and it felt like it was like a joke at that point. But yeah, the game's actually really fun. It's way more polished than the other Dead Risings. And yeah, so it's actually one of the more expensive ones physical right now, I think. But yeah, if you want this one's not on sale as much, I would say. But yeah, for $10, definitely pick up Dead Rising 4 if you like the Dead Rising games and you want more and more to it. This is definitely your best bet. Up next, we have a game that we were talking about earlier, similar to, but was worse, and that was the Dead Island Collection. This one, however, is the much more polished, if I guess you can say. It does have glitches, obviously, but this one is the better version of Dead Island, but it's a little bit more money. You have Dying Light, the Ultimate Definitive Edition here. This has the following. This game needs to be on PS5, for real. This hasn't even gotten upgraded, I don't think. So, if you like Dying Light, obviously, you know what Dying Light is. This game is a zombie killing game in different ways, just like Dead Island was, but in my opinion, a much more like non-budget version of Dead Island. Alright, up next we have games that are only Sony's greatest hits titles. Obviously, you see it on the screen here. I think Until Dawn should have it on there, but it doesn't. It shows it elsewhere, but these games here, there's 8 of them. They're under $10, so if you're looking for the games that were on sale on Black Friday, now's your chance to get them because they're still on sale. We have God of War 3 Remastered. God of War 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. I love the remaster from the PS3 to PS4. It's not the craziest remaster in graphics, but I do see the difference. And if you love God of War, this is definitely a game you should pick up. And you can see there are a lot of tiers on these things. You can see them. Up next, we have Horizon Zero Dawn. This is the complete edition. If you really enjoyed Horizon Forbidden West, I'm sure you played Horizon Zero Dawn. If you haven't played any of the Horizon games, I would definitely consider picking this one up. It has a lot of content. It has the complete edition. It has the DLC. It's such a big game for $10. Obviously, it's been out for a while, but if you want to play Horizon Forbidden West, you got to play this first for sure. Up next, we have one of my favorite series of all time, the Uncharted series. This is the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. If I have to say one deal on this video that's amazing, still to this day, it's this one. I thought this game would be rare by now. Maybe it is, but Uncharted Nathan Drake collection has Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2, and Uncharted 3. 3 is my favorite, 2 would be my second, and first one's the least. If you love the Tomb Raider games, you're definitely going to love the Uncharted games. It's definitely got great humor to it. It's got good mission variety. It's got great puzzles. It's got a great story. I love the Uncharted games. Definitely pick this one up. Up next, we have a game that's very underrated. If you are someone that loved The Quarry or the Main Medium Pictures, whatever it's called, definitely pick up Until Dawn. I'm sure you played Until Dawn. It's been out for a long time now. Until Dawn has great story, great characters, a great mystery to it. And definitely pick this one up if you haven't yet. Up next, we have Infamous Second Son, one of the launch titles almost for the PS4. Infamous Second Son is a great Infamous game. It's definitely more polished than the first two because they're PS3 games. But Infamous Second Son, it's got a great story. Some of the boss fights are great. If you love Infamous, you like Prototype, obviously Infamous is better in my opinion. But Infamous Second Son is a great pickup, and I'm sure a lot of you played it already. Up next, we have another game that's really popular on the PS4 is Little Big Planet 3. We didn't get a Little Big Planet on the PS5. We got actual Sackboy, which is definitely a great game. Definitely glad they switched things up. A Little Big Planet 3 we're talking about here is a great game. Little Big Planet is a very, very popular game since the PSP or even the PS2. Definitely pick up Little Big Planet if you like creating stuff, and definitely like Dreams, I would say. Maybe Dreams is kind of different, took over, but yeah, nonetheless, you can put all the costumes for all types of games, and it feels like there's so much to do with the game. Up next, we have Nioh. Yes, the Nioh collection obviously was on sale on Black Friday for both games on PS5. So why would I recommend the PS4 version? Well, that's simple. If you don't have a PS5, or if you want to go a little cheaper route here, you have Nioh 1, and it's just $10. Definitely pick that one up. It's like Souls. And last, we have the Ratchet & Clank game. This is the reboot of Ratchet & Clank. Not my favorite game, but for $10, I would pick it up. And I still need to play Rift Apart, so maybe we'll do that on this channel. That'd be cool. Ratchet & Clank, the reboot for $10, definitely worth it. Alright guys, up next we have games that are not from the Sony Greatest Hits collection, and these games are actually multi-platform games, and there's a lot of underrated ones here. Let's talk about it. These games are also under $10. You see on the screen here, we have Indivisible. Indivisible is a turn-based, really cool RPG game. It's very unique. It's got really unique combat. It's different from other games. And it's really funny and witty, and I definitely would pick that one up. Alright, up next we have Saints Row the Third. This is the Ultimate Edition or whatever complete package. If you're looking for the correct Saints Row to pick up, this would be this one. Obviously 1 and 2 are the best. 3, this is a great one. 4, I can't get into it all, but the reboot we're not going to talk about until that drops to $20. I see what everybody's saying. That game is something I would not pick up until a deep, deep sale. But Saints Row the Third, nonetheless, is a great game. It's obviously part of the extra program here. It has all the DLC. It's a very fun game. It's got good mission variety, unlike this new one I hear. And definitely pick up Saints Row the Third for $10. Next, we have Shadow of the Colossus. This game was free on Plus at one point. Shadow of the Colossus, this is the remake of Shadow of the Colossus from the PS2. Nothing much. There's not much I can say about this game, but the boss battles is really insane. It's really fun, and I would definitely pick that one up. Next, we have Prey Deluxe Edition, and now you'll see on the screen here if this is the one that includes the Moon Crash DLC that's in VR. If not, I would still pick up Prey for $10 because it has some DLC here. If it is the Moon Crash one, if you see on the screen, that's definitely worth it. Prey is like Dishonored. Arcane Studios, I'm pretty sure. It's definitely by Bethesda. It's very unique, similar to like an Alien or a Dishonored game mixed in. It's really cool. Up next, we have Resident Evil 2 Remake. We were just talking about Resident Evil 1 in the $5 category section. This is the game to pick up in this list so far. For under $10, you got Resident Evil 2 Remake, and it's got a PS5 upgrade. So you're getting this game for $10, which is incredible. And it's gonna get you hyped up for the fourth one. I'm sure you guys played the third one as well. Up next, we have Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. This game's been on many consoles. It says PS5 is on here for the game you're buying here. So for $10, if you love Skyrim, this is definitely the way to go, and it's got so much content with it, so I'm sure you guys know about it, and it's on the extra program as well. Coming up next, we have games that are under $15. So yes, these games will range between $15 and $10. This is where we're going to go into the more expensive area of this video. Up next, we have the Shadow of the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. So we just talked about Rise of the Tomb Raider, and we did talk about Tomb Raider Definitive Edition earlier in this video. If you love Tomb Raider, this is the third and final chapter to that saga. I love this one. It has Definitive Edition right there, so it comes with all the DLC and tombs and stuff. If you're looking for the more tomb raiding one and actual classic tomb raiding, this is definitely the one. Up next, we have Ni no Kuni 2, The Revenant Kingdom Deluxe Edition. I actually played a good amount of this game before. It has great puzzles. It's a really charming game, and it feels like Disney. Obviously, it's not better than the actual first one, The White Witch Remastered, but this one, nonetheless, has a very, very charming game from what I played, and it also definitely feels like it's Disney for real. Up next, we have the Yakuza Origins Digital Bundle. Before I continue, this is not Yakuza 3, 4, and 5. This is actually Yakuza Kiwami 0 and 1. So you'll see on the screen here. This is not bad for $12.49 if you're looking for all three of them, considering the other two are 5 and 5. And you just add the other one, it makes it pretty much $2.50 if you would have bought them separately. Up next, we have Pumpkin Jack. Okay, this one's a very, very close resemblance to a God of War medieval and Nightmare Before Christmas style game. My girlfriend really liked this one. This one really doesn't go on sale as much, and you actually save 10% more on the icon you see here. So it's a little cheaper than $13.49. It'll be a little cheaper if you have a PS Plus service. And this is a great game. This actually really is unique, just like those 3 games I mentioned. Up next, we have Bayonetta and Vanquish, the 10th anniversary bundle. Okay, so this collection, I remember, was like $40 when it first came out. Platinum is a very, very over-the-top series. They made Astral Chain, and they made Bayonetta, obviously, and they made Wonderful 101. But these 2 games here, I haven't played Vanquish a whole lot from the PS3, but it's a great game for this remaster. But for Bayonetta, if you are looking to play Bayonetta 2, you'll need Switch. And if you're looking for the 3rd one, you're definitely going to need Switch, so keep that in mind. Up next, we have the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. If you love Spyro, you grew up in the 90s with Spyro. These are the original Spyro games from the PS1 that everyone grew up with and loved. If you like those Spyro games, this is definitely going to be your collection. And obviously, this was on sale on Black Friday physical, but this is definitely the cheapest route. Up next, we have Assassin's Creed Syndicate Gold Edition. If you're looking for an Assassin's Creed game with a ton of DLC for a good price, this is it. This comes with so much DLC, Jack the Reaper DLC. It has so much cool stuff. It's like an England setting. It's a great Assassin's Creed game. The villain's good. There's so many cool moments in this game. I can't recommend this one enough. This is one of the most underrated Assassin's Creeds in the series. And out of all of them, pick this one up because it's only $15 on DLC. We have Phoenix Wright, the Ace Attorney Trilogy. I really love those visual novel type of games that are in the courtroom settings like Danganronpa. Danganronpa is hands down one of the most underrated games I've ever played, or series I've ever played. And it has gameplay. It's one of those visual novels that actually has a lot of gameplay. And Ace Attorney is just like that, but it's a trial setting, so that's really cool. And definitely pick it up. It comes with 3 games or 2 games you see on the screen here. So yeah, Ace Attorney is definitely a good pickup. And it's really not that old of a collection. They kind of made this in the last couple years, so it's a really, really newer one. And the final list of games we're going to talk about are games that are from $16 all the way to $20. And this is the final list of games that I would pick up unless we're going into the $30 or $40 range, which I'm basing this video off games under $20 for that reason. Up next, we have Days Gone. Days Gone got a lot of mixed reviews at first. I remember the game was not polished. The game felt rushed. A lot of people did not like Days Gone, but now it's like got so much DLC, challenge maps. Even this game has challenge maps. Gotham Knights doesn't even have it. This game does. But this game really fixed itself up, got a free PS5 upgrade, and I'm telling you right now, it looks incredibly different. It looks way better. But this one doesn't say PS5, so keep in mind, I'll put on the screen here if it has a PS5 upgrade. Up next is one of the really, really unique Sniper Elite type games here. This is not a Sniper Elite game. This is Sniper Ghost Contracts 2 Elite Edition. This is the more realistic Sniper Elite version. It's really hard to kill anybody in this game with the wind direction and stuff. So if you are like playing Sniper Elite, obviously it's more of the arcadey version, I would say, but still feels more realistic. This one feels like you're really in the game, and it feels so difficult to like even get a shot on any of the enemies because the wind direction is so precise of way you have to shoot the bullet. It's insane. Up next is one of my favorite games from PlayStation, and that is Sony's Bloodborne Complete Edition. Okay. This, in my opinion, is better than Dark Souls. I love Bloodborne. Hands down, love Bloodborne. I hope they make a second one. This game's amazing. It's like Souls. It's the best boss fights. So challenging. It is such a great game. Even really has a decent story for a type of game like that. Up next, we have Persona 5 Ultimate Edition. Okay, this is not Persona Royal, sadly, but this is, however, Persona 5 with every single DLC pack. If you love Persona, I love Persona 5. I beat it a long time ago. One of my favorite games of all time. If you really want the complete Persona package, definitely get Persona Royal. But this one definitely for $19.54. Definitely a weird price. It's definitely good. Up next is Resident Evil Triple Pack. This is definitely the way to go if you're going to buy these games because this is a cheaper way. They're usually $8 a piece as you see on the sale right now. But this is where you get them all for $19.63. So initially you are saving about $5 if you don't buy them separately and you just buy this collection. Definitely the best bet. Up next, we have probably one of the best deals on this video is Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate Edition and Injustice 2 Legendary Edition. This is Mortal Kombat 11 with every single DLC pack, and this is more Injustice 2 with all the DLC with the Ninja Turtles, everything. Everything's included. You see on the screen here, all the stuff's included. If you love the fighting type of games like Mortal Kombat and Injustice, this is for you. This is one of the best deals you can get right now for $20 if you're looking for both of these excellent fighting games. Up next, we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare. This is the remake, the one that came before the second one that just came out about a month ago. This is an excellent game with an excellent story. I'm not into the Call of Duty online stuff, but this game has a great story. This game had a really good mission variety, great characters, great plot twist. It was very fun. I'm not usually into Call of Duty games because I think there's sometimes just too many of them, and I like other games like JRPGs and like Arkham style games. But this is a really good game. I highly recommend Modern Warfare Remake. And last but certainly not least, Spider-Man, the Game of the Year edition. If you missed it for 15 on Black Friday or even 20 physical at Walmart, wherever it was when I made that video, this is it. You got a chance to get it for $20. Obviously, it's not the PS5 version, it's the PS4 version, but it's got all the DLC. Spider-Man was one of the best games of that year with God of War. I cannot recommend this enough. Definitely pick up Spider-Man if you're into the Arkham style games, but with more of a Spider-Man universe. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I'm sorry if that was a very lengthy one, but that was definitely all the PlayStation games I would pick up on this PSN sale. The reason why it was so long is because there were so many great deals to pick. It took me hours to put all this together to make sure that I had the best games that I possibly could pick for this deal, because this blows the other one out the water, the Black Friday sale. This one has it all. Seriously, you got VR games, you got classic games, you got RPGs, you got even collections, remasters. It's such a great deal, and I highly recommend taking part in this deal before it ends on December 22nd. You got a lot of time left. It ends around Christmas time, and it's a long-lasting deal. Let me know in the comment section below what games you're picking up. Let me know in the comment section below if you agree with this list, if you add something else to this list. Also, keep in mind, these games do have the 10% advantage if you've seen it in the video today. If you are a Plus member, you'll get 10% off those games if you are a Plus member. Also, keep in mind, if it says Extra or Premium, those are games that are already included in that program, and there's no need to buy them digital unless you really want to just keep them and own them digital. So that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this helped you guys out. Stay tuned for a video tomorrow, and I will see you guys for that video. It's going to be an awesome one. Stay awesome, stay positive, guys, and most of all, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out, guys.